It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Thursday evening, August 18th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. Your 5 o'clock news and our top story at the 5 o'clock hour is Rio de Janeiro, where Civil Police Chief Fernando Veloso said in a press conference about the 4 American swimmers and 31 of them might be charged for false accusation of a crime. The State Department says that a $40 million cash payment of rent was contingent on the release of American prisoners. Spokesman John Kirby said that negotiations with the U.S. military turning the Iranians money for a decades-old account was conducted. After a 14-year run, Gawker.com was shut down next week. Gawker Media's new owner, U.S. Finnish League, which TV network Univision made the decision to shut down the site after bidding $135 million for web publisher 7-site portfolio. The Justice Department plans to end this use of private persons after officials concluded facilities are both less safe and less effective in providing correctional services those that are run by the government. Hillary Clinton's campaign position back even harder than Thursday on multiple range conspiracy theories about her health, as one top aide put it earlier this week that Donald Trump continues to stoke taps about the Democratic nominee's mental state. The tiny stone gnome was little more than a bucking shell that only hit a former occupant's metal bed frame, shattered toilet seat, and charred tin cans. Erratic blue cut fire and can only pass more than 31,000 acres. Little boy in Aleppo, a vivid reminder of war's horror. A man walks along with wreckage as 2 car bombs killed at least 7 in wooden engines in Southeast Turkey. While Turkey presses the administration to hand over the Pennsylvania-based clerk, claiming that he spearheaded last month's coup attempt, the Muslim nation media has put in an accusatory finger at a respected American academic in a bizarre way. Moscow, Russia is bolstering its military presence at its western border, sending tens of thousands of soldiers and only built installations within easy striking distance of Ukraine. Louisiana flooded. Seoul, a popular YouTuber is under fire for posting videos that depict North Korea in a positive light. Port-au-Prince, Haiti. UN officials acknowledged for the first time that the role peacekeepers played in a deadly car outbreak in Haiti. Juba, South Sudan. Rick Bakar, the former vice president of South Sudan, as opposition leader in civil war, has been killed thousands and left the country, spokesman said. Seoul, homeless Simpsons days may be numbered in North Korea, as homeless nuclear governor says North Korea abandoned the Simpsons. Aleppo, Syria. The United Nations suspended the work of its humanitarian aid task force in Syria amid ongoing fighting in the country's civil war. Abuja, Nigeria. Nigerian official police for Aisha Wakil from custody after questioning her about her links to Boko Haram, 50 years victim in abducted shitbot girls. Seoul, South Korea conducted a massive artillery drill near the demilitarized zone in a bid to warn the North against the future provocations. Louisiana flood destroys home the religious leader who said God sent disaster to punish gays. Battery, summer pain, shooting, unrest, and now floods. Hamilton, New Jersey. 40 men across New Jersey, including 4 from Bergen and Passaic counties, have been arrested on charges of possession of child pornography after 6-month investigation headed by the state police. Washington. The Justice Department and the National World plays out the use of private prisons after concluding in facilities that less safe than federal rent institutions. Washington. Hillary Clinton's administration will go after drug committee signaling Yellow to hepatitis C drugs cost from $901,000 per pill in the U.S. Denver. Coloradans can begin register to vote by sending text messages that will return them with a link to the state's online voter registration page. CAP reported solid results for the 2016 second quarter, but gave weak public guidance for the full year after Thursday's closing bell. Facing an inquiry book out over the recent adopted policy and allowing transgender employees and customers to use the bathroom and fitting room in accordance with the Gender Identity Stock Corporation. Massachusetts unemployment rate fell slightly in July, reaching its lowest point in about 15 years. The Executive Office of Labor and Workforce Development said on Thursday. San Francisco, the world's largest ride-sharing service on Thursday, said it required a startup auto as it continues to push for advances in self-driving vehicles. Texas, Virginia. MI, government consortium recently 1-year task force to support U.S. Air Force environment remediation offices. London, Britain's Ministry of Defense has ordered a third solar-powered several unmanned aerial vehicle from the Airbus Defense and Space. Vilnius, Lithuania. Lithuania started this bilateral partnership with the Netherlands, which has resulted in the procurement of surplus military vehicles. The newest way to accurately predict poverty comes from the satellite images and machine learning. The division technique making it easier for aid organizations to know where and how to spend their money, and it also helps governments build better. An answer B says spacecraft about to launch an organization's mission to track down a big bad space rat, give it a kiss, and severely pilfer some in its bulk. Rapid decline of bee population has been attributed to use of uncertified pesticides according to the new study. The more researchers learn about the Zika virus, the worse it seems. A growing body of research has established that virus can cause severe birth defects, most notably macrocephaly, a condition characterized by an abnormally small head and often ones. 30 people have been diagnosed with a rare paralyzing condition caused by Zika virus infections in Puerto Rico, the Territory's health department said on Thursday. Doctors and patients are blasted in the island pharmaceutical company for hiking up the price of the signature EpiPen product and from $100 in 2008 to $500 and up today, a 400% increase. Feelings and aggregating in relations may lead to poor sleep, which can knock years off your life. Bill Clinton is preparing to be a first student in that includes a quadrennial tradition of presidential candidates by civilian cookie recipes. In March, Hillary Clinton told the Hall in Central Ohio that she was going to put a lot of coal miners out of business. A week later, she told a laid-off coal worker in West Virginia that she had made a misstatement. Montgomery, Alabama, the Alabama Senate began debate on a revamp lottery that would allow electronic gambling machines in more locations. Plainville, the State Game Commission of Massachusetts endorsed a plan Thursday to send more money from a resource development fund to Hunter's Track at Plain Ridge Casino. The move is expected to speed up the revival of harness racing in Plain Ridge, which has been underway since the facility got slot machines last year. The Common Mission voted 3-2 to approve a move on it. State Horse Racing Committee give Plain Ridge 55% of the fund of about $15 million. The charge was made effective on January 1st. Plain Ridge received about 25% of the fund, which Thoroughbred Racing get about 75% of their system approved before the Suffolk Downs closed to Thoroughbred Racing. Plain Ridge now runs more than 100 races per year, which plans to increase about $125. Horseman Suffolk only holds 6 races a year, down from $90 at the track a few years ago. Norton, vote will remain the same for the September state primary and November presidential election after all. Annabelle, Roger, Jeffy, and sees a bucket of water collected drop by drop as air conditioner owned to fire beds outside is not whatever home a few times a week. Seagong, Rachel Haddad has a personal stake in the Bristol Marathon Jimmy Fund walk September 25th. Edgerton, Massachusetts. President Obama is likely to break from a New England vacation to survey flood damaged Louisiana despite calls for him to visit and meet with the responding victims. The White House says that Obama is not indifferent to the 7,000 who were washed out of the homes in the Baton Rouge and Lafayette areas as at least 13 people have died as a result of the flooding in 1.11 shelters. That number has dropped to the world levels receded. In an editorial published on Wednesday, the Advocate newspaper Baton Rouge called on Obama to visit the most angry state in the union. The newspaper noted that Obama interrupted his 2-week vacation on Mars earlier this week to attend a fundraiser for Democratic President nominee Hillary Clinton on Massachusetts Island. The newspaper said Obama can and should visit now that the once raging floodwaters are receding. The president's vacation is scheduled up on Sunday, but he should back to back and pay call to communities who need to know that the natural catastrophe that are not alone. The editor said that the president's presence is always late to discuss, but it's better late than ever. Boston and weekends, Boston Symphony Orchestra performance is more than just a celebration of music, it's a celebration of marital bliss. And now look at your stock market report at 508. Now up 23.76 points at 18,597.70. S&P 500 up 4.8 points at 2,187.02, and Nasdaq up 11.49 points at 5,240.15. European market stacks 65.36 points up at 10,603.03. FTSE up 9.81 points at 6,868.96, and CAC up 19.30 points at 4,437.06. Asian markets. Nikkei down to the 59.63 points at 6,046.01. Shanghai down 5.23 points at 3,104.32. And the HSI up to 23.38 at 23,023.16. Oil markets up $1.55 at 48.34. Brent 50.90 up $1.05. And Brent natural gas 2.661 up 2,000 points. And the gold markets. Gold up $9.20 at 13.58. Silver at 19.745 up 97,000 points. Copper 2.168 up 16,000 a point. US 10 yield 1.5339% down 27,000 a point. 110 yield 0.089% down 7,000 a point. Japanese 10 yield 0.084% down 5,000 a point. And in the FX bond, European US dollar 1.1348 down 4,000 point US dollar WDN 99.87 unchanged and Great Britain pound 1.3163 down 3,000 point. Look at that, commodities. The wheat 427 3/4 up 1 3/4. Soybean 1,014 1/4 down 1 3/4. Corn 343 up 3 1/4. Sugar 20.04 up 32 cents. Coffee 131.55 up 3.5. Cotton 6.97 up 26 cents. Wet rice 10.25 up 25,000 point. Cocoa 3,118 up 63. Live cattle 110.45 down $1.95. Lean 6.875 down 125,000 point. And empty cattle 142.95 down 1.975. Peter Channel News Time is 5:10 on this Thursday evening, and it's time now for a New England local report in Boston, Massachusetts at Farm Fire 1044 River Street. 2.5 story wood frame, additional cavity sustained, bucket fire, not or knocked down, extent of the overall required. Peter Joe News Time 5:11. It's time now for a sports report. The Boston Red Sox secured a 3-1 lead in the bottom of 8, but the bullpen gave it up as they fell to the Detroit Tigers 4-3 in another MLB baseball score. Chicago Cubs leading the Milwaukee Brewers 8-6 bottom 8. The New England Patriots will be taking on the Chicago Bears in the second round of a 4-game preseason season at Gillette Stadium, and Tom Brady could be playing. Nate Diaz will go into the rematch with Conor McGregor at UFC 202 without his brother Nick in his corner. Diaz started when speaking with UFC tonight that Nick may not be allowed to corner him to fight during technical difficulties. Rio de Janeiro held Manuela's game into the first wrestling gold of the U.S. women on Thursday in Rio Games. The 20-year-old woman in 53 kilogram weight class defeated a 3-time defending Olympic champion, 13-time world champion. The Olympics are supposed to transcend politics, but some games are much successful than others. The 5 products explain why that is, and why Rio in particular stands out. Peter Joe News Time is now 5:12 on this Thursday evening, and time now for a extravagant transit report. Let's start on the MBTA, where Orange Line's Pittsburgh minor delays are disabled to train in A Market, along with some minor delays between Regulars and Roxbury's Crossing from now until Sunday. And Silverline S1 is experiencing minor delays due to traffic. And on the commuter rail, Fairmont train 777 has been canceled today. Alternately, MBTA buses will be provided and will accommodate at all local stops. Please board outbound Worcester Line trains on the inbound platforms at Wellesley Farm Ferryman Station until 7:30 p.m. Please board inland Worcester Lane trains on the outbound platforms at Ferryman Wellesley Farm Station until 7:30 p.m. And on the ferries, for the Charlestown Ferry, notice please use the Constitution period number 1 for commuter ferry service until further notice. Alright, take a look at the highways and byways of New England. New York highways are Slogo, 95 on the southbound side, effective from Severn down through the New York border, 95 northbound side, effective from Greenwich all the way at the Bridgeport, and then hit back again from West Haven to New Haven, 95 southbound side, effective from Guilford all the way out to New Haven, 84 eastbound side is backed up from 684 Ridgefield, New York, all the way out to Newtown, Connecticut, and hit back again around the Waterbury Restaurant, Route 8. 91 on the southbound side is backed up from Route 9 to Route 691 in the Meriden Stretch. Route 9 on both ends also around Route 9 and the Meriden Stretch. Route 9 on westbound side also after Route 91 headed towards New Britain, 84 both ends also from West Hartford to downtown Hartford, Connecticut. 91 on both ends backed up for 291 through downtown Hartford around 84. 95 on the southbound side also on 395 in New London, Connecticut. 91 on the southbound side is backed up from 291 to 57 in Springfield. 91 on also around the Mass Pike out in Chicopee. 87 on the northbound side is backed up from the Troy all the way up to Troy. New York State Ferry eastbound side is also on Colony Stretch. Out in central Massachusetts and Rhode 290 on the westbound side is backed up from Shrewsbury all the way up to Route 9 Worcester. Mass Pike on the westbound side is backed up from Framingham all the way up to Westborough. 495 on the southbound side is backed up from Stowe all the way up to Mass Pike and Northborough. 146 on both ends also on the Woonsocket and the North Smithfield stretches around 295. 146 on the southbound side it is backed up on 1595. 295 on the northbound side is also over the Attleboro stretch. 295 on the southbound side backed up on Route 6 in Johnson, and 295 on the northbound side is also from 95 to 37 and 95 on the southbound side it is backed up all the way up to Coventry. 95 on the northbound side is backed up Warwick all the way up to Providence. 185 on the westbound side is effective from Seacock all the way to Providence. Jamestown, Newport and Mount Bridges out. Looking good. 95 on the southbound side is effective 120 Canton all the way up to Route 295 in Attleboro. 95 on the northbound side of Lewis 295 in Attleboro. 495 on the southbound side of Lewis 24 out in Ram. 93, 24 on the southbound side is backed up from 120 Canton all the way to Route 27 in Brockton. Route 3 on the southbound side is back to Moorfield all the way to Plymouth. Route 6 on the westbound side is back to the Orleans and the Dennis. 140 on the southbound side is back to 195 to Route 6 in Dartmouth. Up in Massachusetts and Boston vicinity, Southwest Expressway on both ends. It is so from Boston all the way up to Braintree on Interstate 93, 495 on the southbound side. It is backed up around the Milford stretch. 120 on the southbound side. It is slow from Route 3 in Burlington all the way up to the Braintree split. 120 on the northbound side. It is backed up from the Braintree split to Route 24 in Randolph. 120 on the northbound side is backed up from Route 20 in Waltham all the way out to Route 1 in Peabody and hit again from Route 1 in Peabody all the way after Denver's. 120 on the southbound side backed up in Beverly than Denver's. Mass packet to the eastbound side sold from the Pruitt Tunnel all the way after the Logan Airport. Mass packet to the westbound side sold from the Logan Airport all the way to South Boston. And mass packet to the westbound side is backed up from Austin Braddock Charles all the way after Route 495 in Westbury. And mass packet to the eastbound side sold before 495 in Westbury. Up in Northern New England, 93 in the southbound side back to Somerville to Boston. 93 in the northbound side is backed up from Boston all the way up to 120 in Reading. Route 3 in the northbound side is backed up from 120 in Burlington all the way up to Route 40 in Chelmsford. 495 on both ends is backed up from Littleton all the way up to Lawrence. 495 northbound is backed up headed towards Haverhill. 495 southbound side is over 97 Haverhill all the way after 213 in Middletown. 95 on the southbound side is backed up from around the 495 section in Amesbury, Massachusetts. 7 New Hampshire, 93 in the northbound side is backed up to Salem, New Hampshire. 30 New Hampshire, Route 3 in the northbound side of Lewisburg, National New Hampshire, and 95 in the northbound side of Lewisburg. Route 101 up to Hampton. Tolls. Spotted trip back to Lewisburg. Newton headed towards Route 4 in Durham, New Hampshire. 93 in the northbound side of Lewisburg. 1 the Concord, New Hampshire stretch. Up in Maine, 295 in the northbound side is backed up at the Maine turnpike headed towards for the Portland, Maine stretch. Route 1 in the southbound side of Lewisburg, Brunswick, Maine. And 89 and 91 on both ends of Lewisburg after that. Canadian Board up in Northern Vermont in the 87 on the southbound side of Lewisburg. Route 11 in Champlain, New York. And on Route 59 on the southbound side backed up in 7 Quebec headed towards Montreal. And 89 on the northbound side of Lewisburg for Burlington and Colchester. And travel alert! Patriots Bears game in Gillette Stadium on Route 1, so expect some delays around Route 1 in the Gillette Stadium area. So looking at the highways, wow! Route 1 on the southbound side. Get a little closer look at it. At the traffic on Route 1 so far. It's backed up from North Street all the way out to around Route 140 in Foxborough. 1 on the northbound side is backed up 140 in Foxborough, past Gillette Stadium and around North Street. Route 1 on the northbound side also sold from the 495 interchange in Plainville all the way up to the Thurston Street in Rentham. So expect some delays around the area of Foxborough during the Patriots Bears game at Gillette Stadium. Peter Channel Times 5:18 on this Thursday evening, and it's starting off a weather report, and it is a decent summer-like day. Current conditions are not in the 85 degrees, the humidity is 60%, heat index is 89, dew point about 69 degrees, barometer 26 inches is blowing slowly, and winds is calm to the northwest. Alright, looking at current conditions around the region, it's 84 degrees up in Boston, 90 in Bedford, it's 84 in Beverly, it's 88 in Pittsburgh, 84 in Athol, and in Springfield, 82 in Worcester, 90 degrees in Norwood, and 88 in Taunton, in Plymouth, 84 in New Bedford, 82 in Falmouth and Provincetown, 81 in Chatham, 81 in Martha's Vineyard, 75 in Nantucket, 84 in Providence, 82 out in Quonset, 88 out in Hartford, 84 out in Bridgeport, 81 in Groton, Connecticut, 79 at Pittsfield, 81 in North Adams, Massachusetts, 79 degrees in Bradford and Baines, Vermont, 84 degrees out in Keenan, Jack, New Hampshire, 86 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 88 up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Manchester, and Concord, New Hampshire, and 82 up in Portland, Maine. Alright, looking at the national map, and it shows station front stretching from the Pacific Northwest, stretching the name for the Central Rockies, around Wyoming, merged with the cold front from Wyoming down to the Dakotas, merged with the low pressure in the eastern coast, merged with the warm front from Dakotas all the way to Denver, Missouri. And a station front from Virginia, stretching at the Midland coast, and a warm front up in the Ontario, and a cold front stretching from Ontario up to Northern Quebec, merged with a stationary and a pink and a red warm front around the Quebec. And a further switch to the Sierra Nevadas, down to Fort Corner region, and from the Carolinas down to Georgia, and a pair of low pressure ridges around in the Pacific Northwest and Northern California, and a low pressure ridge off the Banana Coast, and high pressure ridges from the eastern Smoky Mountains all the way down to Alabama, and a high pressure ridges in the Fort Corner region, and northern Montana. It's 87 degrees out in New York, 83 in Detroit and Pittsburgh, 85 in Chicago, 91 out in Washington, D.C., 88 out in 93 degrees in Atlanta, 88 in Miami, it's 85 in Dallas, Texas, 98 in Brownsville, Texas, it's 91 in Kansas City, 91 out in Nebraska, 82 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 63 in Great Falls, Montana, it's 82 in Seattle, 70 in San Francisco, 74 in Los Angeles, it's 99 in Las Vegas and Phoenix, Arizona, 88 in Salt Lake City, and 86 in Denver, Colorado, and Albuquerque, New Mexico. Alright! Looking at what is brewing in the what's going on. Alright. Take a look at radar. And it shows some clusters of rain, showers, and storms from urban down in the North Adams, Massachusetts, and stretching East Albany down to south of Queens and Cairo, New York State. Cluster of rain, showers, and storms south of Rutland, Vermont, and Atlanta rain showers stretching east of Claremont, stretching to Laconia, New Hampshire, and get a time to see where these storms get headed. It's going to be one south headed towards Claremont, New Hampshire, and seeing some spotty showers around the Moosehead Lake region in Maine, and another rain shower stretching from Princeton, Maine, stretching down Meadowbanks and Pembroke, Maine. So expect some showers and thunderstorms and stream down eastern sections of Maine. As we take a look at the radar seen around the country, shows the clusters of showers and storms from eastern and western New York, stretching over to north central Pennsylvania, and a line of showers and storms from Ohio down from northern Illinois, and a line of showers and storms from north southeastern Minnesota, stretching from southern Minnesota down for the Dakotas and down for Wyoming and down for the Fort Worth region and down for western Texas, and clusters and popcorn clusters of showers and thunderstorms stretching from eastern Texas down for the southeastern coast, and a line of rain showers stretching from east central California up to the Sierra Nevada, mountains in Nevada, and down for southwestern Idaho. And a line of rain showers stretching from Montana up to southern Alberta and down for western portions of Saskatchewan, and a clusters of showers and thunderstorms from western and eastern portions of Ontario and down to eastern portions of Quebec. A line of rain showers from southern eastern portions of Alaska. Alright, looking at the Saturday's open, it shows a line of clouds from Texas stretching in for the Appalachians, Central Appalachians, and Virginia's, and a line of clouds from Georgia down for the Carolinas, along the Carolina coast. And a line of clouds from the Fort Worth region stretching up to Wyoming and Montana, down to the Dakotas, and coming to much of Minnesota, and then up to central Ontario. Line of clouds from north central Manitoba to Saskatchewan, a line of clouds from southwestern portions of Saskatchewan, down for southern Alberta, down for northern Montana, down for southeastern portions of British Columbia, and line of rain clouds from western British Columbia. Alright! The latest on Fiona! The latest on Fiona. There's a 5 o'clock advisory on Fiona. It is 17.0 in the north, 41.3 to the west. Back to the same winds, 45 miles an hour. Melbourne, northwest at 10 miles an hour. And latest public advisory. Fiona moving to northwestward over the central tropical Atlantic. The no-cost watch waters effect at 5 p.m. SLN Standard Time. The center of tropical storm Fiona was located in latitude 74 to the north, latitude 41.3 to the west. Fiona is moving toward the northwest during 10 miles an hour, and motion between northwest and west-northwest is expected during the next couple of days. Maximum day winds are near 45 miles an hour with higher gusts. Some slight straight wind is possible during the next day or so, followed by a gradual weakening over the weekend. Tropical force wind at odds up to 35 miles an hour from the center, about the central pressure is 1,006 millibars, 21 inches, and another disturbance in the electric. This could be gustode, but the 0% chance of cyclone formation 40 hours. A tropical wave located about 300 miles southwest of Cabo Verde Islands is producing widespread cloudiness and distant shower activity. Environment conditions are expected to be conducted for gradual development of this determined in the next several days, while Simpson moves westward about 50 miles an hour. Formation chance for 40 hours. Low near 0% formation chance for 5 days. Low 20%. And on tropical direction 12E. Zero location 70.8 in the north, 110.1 in the west. Mountains stay winds 35 miles an hour. Movement northwest wind 7 miles an hour. Okay, the latest public advisory on 12E. There are no coastwide warnings in effect as tropical depression forms southeast of Sucker Island at 3 p.m. Mountain time. The center of tropical depression 12E was located in latitude 17.8 in the north, longitude 110.1 in the west, and the depression is moving toward the northwest near 7 miles an hour, and its general motion is expected to be situated during the next couple of days. Max sustained winds out near 35 miles an hour with higher gusts, but it's strengthened in its forecast during in the next 40 hours, and the depression is expected to become a tropical storm on Friday. The estimated minimum set pressure is 1,005 millibars at 29.68 inches. Alright! Looking at forecast discussion around the region. And it shows dry weather will prevail Friday and Saturday, along with some warm temperatures but comfortable humidity. So, picture perfect days on Friday and Saturday along with warm temperatures, but humidity levels will increase Sunday with a low risk of a few showers of thunderstorm, more widespread showers of thunderstorm with local heavy rainfall. We'll move throughout Sunday night into early Monday as a cold front sweeps across the region. The high pressure brings dry and cool weather Tuesday with a gradual warming trend Wednesday and Thursday. And new temperature 6 a.m. Friday morning, watching scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms move across southern Vermont and the Berkshires along some slowly shift east-southeast. Big pressure remains, however, they will hold together, reach the Connecticut Valley region and further west in the evening. At this point, dry and low levels continue with 2 points lower than east around. The Berkshires and seen on 18Z's SBC meteorologist data. We'll continue to monitor, but the extreme winds at night, so it will be slowly shifting and making it before dissipating. And weak for total slowly pushes south across the region tonight, bringing a somewhat cooler but not much drier air to the region. At least the onset light southwest winds will shift to west northwest tonight. Any shots that does should dissipate by 01Z, 02Z. Looks like patchwork could develop mainly after midnight, as the 2 points will be remaining in the low to mid 60s. And question whether temperatures fall back that quickly with low level moisture pulling and diminishing winds. We'll likely see fog developing mainly along the normally prone inland areas after midnight, and expect the temperature to fall around in the low mid 60s across central and western Massachusetts, especially in western Connecticut Valley, range around 70 along the immediate coast. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. For tonight, we're going to have some forecast clouds about 66 degrees southwest, with about 6 miles to become common in the evening. For Friday, most sides go at 85 degrees, north about 3 to 5 miles an hour. For Friday night, patchwork after 3 or more hours, forecast go about 63 degrees, and southward about 3 to 6 miles an hour. For Saturday, most sides go at 85 degrees, coming southward 5 to 9 miles in the morning. Saturday night, forecast about 63 degrees, south about 3 to 6 miles an hour. For Sunday, slight chance of showers up to 90 and parts come at 82 degrees south. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Sunday night, showers likely possibly in thunderstorm may after 4 a.m. Most skies go to about 69 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 6%. Monday, showers likely possibly in thunderstorm before 9 a.m. and chance of showers between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Most skies can have 82 degrees and chance of precipitation is 6%. Monday night, forecast about 57 degrees. For Tuesday, Sunday, most schools got about 80, about 56 degrees. For Wednesday, Sunday, most schools got about 83, about 60 degrees. And for Thursday, Sunday got about 86 degrees. Pairs with the phrase of the day. Toasty night and a fantastic Friday tap tomorrow. Peter will say you have a good evening, and that's me for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Thursday, August 18th, 2016. I'm Peter, so I hope you have a good evening. Goodbye, day. I'll see you at 11 o'clock or later on for a Peter Channel sign-off report right after the Patriots-Bears game and sports. Have a good evening and go Patriots!